there was no album in the works and no comeback planned for Craig. Even after his Grammy nomination, Craig's career was forcefully brought to a standstill. It is as though Diddy wanted to play God and decide who gets to be successful and who doesn't. Diddy is a music mogul who runs the whole industry, but there is no honest work here. Diddy is a bully and a cheater, and he rips off anyone he can get his hands on.
Did the late Craig Mack warn us 30 years ago about Diddy? We're going to talk about this right now on Breaking Mediocrity. What's going on, y'all? This is D.A. Bourne. Welcome to Breaking Mediocrity. Like, share, and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Whatever you can do, I greatly appreciate it. Now, usually I talk about politics or I talk about sports here and there, but I'm going to talk about a little entertainment. Now, we all know in the news that Diddy was arrested early this week for many things, most notably sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation of prostitutes, whatever. He is in trouble, and it does not look good for him. All right? All this stuff is coming. Obviously, this is long drawn. This is a gradual downfall. This is from a number of years of just mess that he got involved with. He brought other people in the news. I mean, he had T.D. Jakes in the news earlier this year, but you know, nothing came out of that. But anyway, what I want to talk about now is this stuff is now coming out and he's getting arrested in 2024. However, did we get warnings 30 years ago, but everybody ignored it? Let me explain. Craig Mack was Diddy's first signee to Bad Boy Records. And he came out swinging. Had a song called Flavor in Your Ear. It was one of the biggest hip-hop songs of 1994. And trust me, it was a banger. Craig Mack looked like he was going to be a hip-hop superstar, and there was a time he was. But then things started to go down where he made a whole album for Diddy, who was known as Puff Daddy at the time. Puff Daddy didn't pay him. All right? He got a chance. Craig Mack broke it down. He said, okay, you know what? Just break it down in 3 installments. Give me a third now. Give me a third when the album is complete. And then give me a third before I do the second album. He only got a third of the album payment of you know, his record deal. And he never got his money from Diddy. Never got his money. And it led to a big turmoil and a big broken relationship, to the point where Craig Mack felt so disrespected and also threatened by him that he wanted to kill Puff Daddy. He wanted to kill him. And I'm gonna leave the link of the video, of the entire video, the link of what Craig Mack's last interview and how he felt about Diddy, aka Puff Daddy at the time. But I want to show you a clip of some of the video that talks about how it went down, how Craig Mack got signed, and how it just led to a quick, as soon as he became a hit, it seems like just as soon he was off the map. But watch this clip and we'll talk about it after.
Music industry, his career, however short, will always be remembered. He helped take off Diddy and his huge bad boy empire, but their rivalry lasted longer than their friendship did. The story starts all the way back when Craig started his music career. He went by the name MCEZ and formed a rap group called MCEZ and Troop. With just one single under their name, the group fell apart. Craig was then meant to be a part of another rap group called the Hit Squad, but things never picked up and he was faced with the possibility of never making it as a rapper. Luckily, his manager never gave up and continued to send his demos and rap videos to different producers. After a bunch of rejections, Craig got an opportunity of a lifetime to give an impromptu audition in front of a talent director from the big record label Uptown Record. Can you guess who this life-changing talent director turned out to be? That's right, it was Diddy. Diddy saw the talent and the ability in Craig and knew that he had potential to make it big. Diddy got him on a remix and kick-started his rap career.
Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Brand new flavor in your ear.
Things took a turn once again when Diddy was fired from Uptown Records, and it seemed as if Craig was once again back at the start line. But Diddy came up with a survival plan, and he took Craig along for the ride. Diddy started Bad Boy Records and signed Craig. It finally looked like Craig had the chance to make it big, and he was valuable for Bad Boy and Diddy. After all, he was their first artist to release a single under the label. Craig dropped his first single, Flavor in Your Ear, and lo and behold, the song took the world by storm. It went platinum, and Craig even received a Grammy nomination. But even this couldn't save him from his astonishing fate. Just as Diddy had brought him to the top of the world, he decided to bring him down. Diddy gave up on Craig before he even had a chance and completely sidelined him. After all, Diddy had found an alternate for Craig, the notorious Big. In this rivalry between Biggie and Craig, Diddy chose Biggie and completely sidelined Craig. He never gave Craig the chance to ride on the tide of his debut. Instead, he gave out a remix of his song with other artists like Biggie and started focusing on their careers instead. Diddy would take away any opportunity that arose for Craig and then go ahead and lie about it in interviews.
I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we're about to just drop our R&B stuff.
To save face and to make himself appear good in front of people, Diddy told white lies about having Craig work on a new album. Craig's confused expression tells us everything we need to know. Diddy was lying, and Craig had no idea what album he was talking about. There was no album in the works and no comeback plan for Craig. Even after his Grammy nomination, Craig's career was forcefully brought to a standstill. It is as though Diddy wanted to play God and decide who gets to be successful and who doesn't. Diddy is a music mogul who runs the whole industry, but there is no honest work here. Diddy is a bully and a cheater, and he rips off anyone he can get his hands on. Be it Biggie or Craig, he stole money from all his artists and paid them less than what they deserved. Also, he could amass his own wealth. Another artist, Mace, who worked with him, complained about it, and Diddy started demanding receipts. But that is his old scheme. He doesn't care about any receipts.
Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead.
One fan wrote about how Diddy ruins any artist he signs. All of them seem to have horrible ends, and the only person who gets any benefit out of it is Diddy. He wrote, "I've never really taken Diddy's black excellence thing seriously. All the artists signed to him either had untimely deaths or just didn't become as huge as they could be. Loon, Craig Mack, Day 26, Mace, Danity Kane, etc. Others think that all hatred towards Diddy is justified. No wonder Craig wanted to kill him for putting him through so much misery and stress." One Twitter user pointed out, "I can understand why people feel some type of way about Puff Daddy. He hasn't particularly helped matters. Lox and Mace had to fight their way out of a contract. Craig Mack hated Diddy till death. Rob doesn't speak well of him."
Yeah, so that was a little rundown of Craig Mack's very short-lived career. And, I wanted to give that especially for the millennials and the Gen Z who really didn't know who Craig Mack was. Because, here's the thing, he was a hit. He was a big hit, but he just disappeared. And one thing about when people are involved in criminal activities, they always have these beginning signs. They want to have they're power tripping. They're always about money. They're always trying to rip people off if they don't do things their way. These are signs of narcissistic behavior and narcissistic behavior that can lead to criminal activity. So Puff Daddy, aka Diddy, was showing these signs during Craig Mack's career. The thing is that how come we never saw these signs? Very simple. For one, social media wasn't around in the 90s, right? You only found out things if they were in the newspaper or in a magazine months later, or maybe if it was really breaking news, you get a TV special on it. So there's no social media that Craig Mack could give any of this information to. So social media wasn't around in the 90s, right? You only found out things if they were in the newspaper or in a magazine months later, or maybe if it was really breaking news, you get a TV special on it. So there's no social media that Craig Mack could give any of this information to. So how did we not see these signs? It's simple. He signed Notorious B.I.G. and Biggie came in, and he was even bigger than Craig Mack himself. All right. So and the thing is, we didn't care at that point, because I'm not gonna try downplay the late Craig Mack, all right? But dude was ugly, man. Dude was ugly. You know what? He wasn't appealing he definitely wasn't have that sex appeal to the ladies, right? But then you're gonna say, oh well, Biggie was ugly too. But there was a difference between Biggie and Craig Mack. Craig Mack was a b-boy. Craig Mack rapped about stuff, but he didn't appeal to the ladies. Biggie was ugly, and he even said he's black and ugly as ever, but Biggie appealed to the ladies. Biggie was smooth. Biggie had talks. Biggie had charisma. Of all the ladies out there, I mean, as ugly as Biggie was, Biggie could get any woman he wanted because he was smooth with his words. So he came out with these hits, and of course Biggie could rhyme too. Biggie's was one of the best rappers of all time. So he came out with these hits, One More Chance, Big Papa, all that stuff. So that was an easy distraction from what Puff Daddy did to Craig Mack. And it just brings this curiosity to me today. What if Biggie was still alive? What if Biggie was around at this time? Would he A, be also involved with the stuff that Diddy was doing, or B, would he have drifted away from Diddy, and would he do a tell-all of everything that he was doing? Because to be honest, if Biggie was still around, he'd probably be bigger than Jay-Z at this point. That's the point that he was heading before his murder and before he got murdered in 1997. So it brings a lot of curiosity, because Craig Mack was showing the signs, and I believe if Craig Mack did get the opportunity, and if he was still around, would he spill more earlier about what happened? But you know, the thing is that Craig Mack, he was about to murder Diddy, and he just got a sign from God that he wasn't supposed to do it. He changed his life around, and from that he kind of left the music industry. Well, he didn't really leave it. He left Bad Boy for sure, and then he did a couple other albums, but they were independent. We didn't hear much of him after that, and then he got sick, and he just died not too long ago. And even during that time, Diddy wanted to pay for the funeral expenses for and Craig Mack's wife turned it down. She did not want any of his money. So needless to say, the warning signs were there, but because we didn't have social media, and because Puff Daddy used Biggie as a distraction, and I believe all the sex trafficking and all that sex stuff came after Biggie. This is just my opinion. I believe all that stuff came especially after Biggie, because him and Biggie were best friends, and that's probably when it all started. You know, Biggie helped get Puff to superstardom. I mean, Puff obviously got himself there by doing a lot of, you know, legal and illegal stuff. But I believe Biggie's the one who really got him there. So anyway, man, I want you to leave. I want your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think Craig Mack was showing the signs and we just totally ignored it? Or did you already seen the signs, but you know, we just said, hey, you know, his music is dope anyway. But hey, drop your comments, like, share, and subscribe to Breaking Mediocrity. Until the next topic, I will see you guys later. God bless. Peace.